Hey, hi, hello there nerds, and welcome to the Tiger in the Tube something or other for this Who's It? Lasers. They're one of the big science fiction staples. From Star Wars to Lost in Space, characters both good and bad have used handheld laser weapons to dispatch of their foes, but would they really be an effective means of getting rid of your enemies? Well, that depends entirely on your target. Let's say that you're in hand-to-hand or medium-range combat with a fleshy being, that is, you're basically trying to shoot another humanoid. In this scenario, laser weapons really should not be your go-to sidearm, and for this we only have physics to blame. You see, lasers do not work by generating any energy. What they do is they take energy from one source and convert it into light, but in this conversion process the majority of the energy is actually lost as heat, so it takes a high input energy source to get even a low yield energy output. For instance, it takes 5 kilowatts of energy to produce 1 kilowatt of laser light, and this kind of energy level is really not going to do much damage. It's really not efficient. Unlike bullets, which are deadly due to their momentum, lasers are really only lethal due to the energy in the form of heat that they're able to impart. So basically, lasers kill by burning. But because humans have this annoying tendency to get out of the road of anything that's causing them even mild discomfort, the laser would have to be able to burn through the human in an incredibly short time span. So basically, it would be death by vaporization. The biggest issue here is that humans are over 70% water, and water is an excellent insulator against heat. You need about 50,000 joules to perform this kind of vaporization, and that's not actually taking into account the fact that the evaporating human water would actually block some of the laser beam, causing an increasing amount of the energy from it to be dissipated, so really you'd need more than that initial 50,000 joules. Meanwhile, a bullet can perform the lethal thing in its own way at about 1/100th of the energy cost. So lasers really aren't a feasible way of attacking another human or water-based life form, but not all hope is lost. If your target happens to be a giant metal space bird or a big tanky thingy or something like that, then you're back in business. These objects are made up of significantly less water than a human, and also unlike a human, they're a lot easier to target, meaning that it will take significantly less energy in order to punch a hole through, say, their fuel tank, and fuel really doesn't like being hit by a giant heat source. Kablam! Plus, there's also the added benefit of the fact that any shield that's able to block a laser weapon would also have to block any visible light, meaning that once your shields were up, you would be able to see nothing. So unless we develop some kind of water shielding technology or something along those lines, protecting yourself against laser weapons is going to be really quite difficult. P.S. Given that some governments actually are officially developing laser technologies and are quite far along on this, maybe we should start looking into water shielding technology. Plus, it's pretty cool. That's probably about all the time that we've got today, and I really only started to scratch the surface of directed energy weapons. For instance, even though lasers are completely terrible at killing people, there are other DEWs that do the job much more efficiently. Remind me to tell you about electro lasers at some point in time, because they're quite cool. Meanwhile, do you guys have any kind of science fiction or fantasy things that you are wondering about the underlying science behind, or even that you're wondering about the hypothetical science behind? Do you just want me to make something up about something? Let me know in the comment section below and I'll do that, because oh my god, it's so much fun. Also in the comment section below, please tell me what your favorite directed energy weapon or projectile or laser weapon from science fiction or fantasy is, because I'm really quite interested to know, and maybe I'll pick one of them and do a thing about those. Bye!